Today we're going to talk about percent of a number. Percent of a number is just another proportion. Remember, a proportion is just two equivalent fractions, and the way that we use a proportion in our class is we use a proportion box. So I'm going to go ahead and draw our proportion box. A percent proportion is really a specific proportion because percent is always a number out of 100. So always we have some percent out of 100. The other side, the other fraction, is just like a normal fraction. So we actually use the terminology is over of equals percent out of 100. And that's going to give us the information that we need. Is really the part, so it's just like a fraction. It's the part of your problem, and of is the whole piece, so the total or the whole. So is over of equals percent out of 100. At this point, let's go ahead and set up a proportion for this problem. It says red makes up what percent of the total. So red makes up what percent of the total. I'm going to draw my proportion box, and it says what percent. That means I'm missing the percent piece. So where the percent normally goes, I'm going to put my variable, and we said percent is always a number out of 100. So that's kind of the easy part. Now we need to figure out what else they're asking for. It says red makes up what percent of the total. So red, that's going to be the part. There are 6 reds. If I count how many that are right here, there are 6 reds, so that's our part right here. 6 reds out of the whole, and if I count all of these, so all of these here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus 6 more, that's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we have 6 pieces out of 30. So that's my part out of my whole equals some number percent out of 100. To solve a percent proportion, it's the exact same way that we've been solving regular proportions in our class. You cross multiply 30 times x, and 30 times x gives me 30x. And then you cross multiply 6 times 100, and that is 600. So 30x equals 600. At this point, you'll notice it's just a one-step equation. To get rid of the coefficient, 30 times x, the inverse is to divide by 30, and whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. At this point, you'll probably notice that both numbers have some zeros on the end of them. I can actually mark out those zeros. It just represents dividing by 10, and then these cancel. So x equals 60 divided by 3, and I think I can probably do that one in my head. That's going to be 20. So if I go back to the question, red makes up what percent of the total? Well, red makes up 20% of the total number of dots on my total. You'll notice the biggest part is setting up this original proportion box. Is over of equals percent over 100. If we can plug in information here and cross multiply and set up an equation, we can have the correct answer every single time.